Hello everyone. So today I'm going to be doing a short review and flip through of the Medieval Scapini Tarot. So I believe this is by an Italian artist named Scapini. These were created through his paintings, and I think this does have some similarities, correct me if I'm wrong, to the Visconti Tarot, which is pretty old. It was published by US Game Systems, and it comes in this box. There's the Empress card, and it also comes with this booklet here. So the Medieval Scapini Tarot, this little white book, and it's pretty basic. So I'm just gonna get on straight to the flip through, and then I'll provide maybe some short commentary on it, depending on my thoughts. This isn't going to be in order, by the way, because I shuffled them numerous times, but okay, so let's get straight into it. So this is the Six of Coins. I'll try to avoid glare. The Knight of Coins. Pretty funny. The Fool. It's pretty similar to the Rider-Waite, I would say. Oh, and this is just like a card with a description about the artist Luigi Scapini. He was born in 1946 and has been an artist since the age of 12, both as a sculptor and a painter. So yeah, you can read further about him if you want. I'm going to move on to the next card. So we have the Hermit here. Ooh, and you can see the detail. He's standing on an ocean. There's all sorts of things going on. I gotta say, I really love the detail in each card. So we have the Five of Wands here. It's pretty funny. Not entirely sure what the significance of that is, but it would be great if somebody, I don't know, if somebody maybe knew, they could comment. This is the Lovers. Very classic, very beautiful. It definitely has a bit of a Romeo and Juliet vibe. There's Cupid above. It's quite pretty. The Two of Swords. This is the Eight of Swords. I would say the representation is pretty on par with other decks that I've seen so far. The Page of Swords. It's a black cat. Nice. This is the Five of Swords. That's actually really interesting. I've never seen a tarot deck, I don't think, with a hookah. So that's kind of cool. Or any depictions of hookah yet in any tarot cards. Seven of Wands. Oh, I think there's a guy holding like a badminton racket or something. Or maybe it's some more like old traditional version of a badminton racket. Three of Cups. It's filled with fruit and all sorts of goodies. Here we have the Nine of Coins. Very, very beautiful. Four of Swords. There's like a teepee of sorts on that one. Then we've got Two of Coins. I actually kind of like the nudity in this well, in a lot of tarot decks. I mean, not because, you know, it's raunchy or whatever, but I like how kind of raw it is. Like, it's difficult to describe. It just makes it, oh, Nine of Cups, sorry, forgot to just read that one. But I love how raw it is and just how natural it is to the, I don't know, it just makes it feel more real, more natural, almost more wholesome, which is kind of ironic because, you know, nudity, but it's very artful. So this is the Eight of Coins. And once again, in my opinion, I just feel like some nudity just makes it more artful and more raw. Three of Coins. Page of Cups. I think some kind of traditional Italian sort of garb. Not sure. Oh, and if you look closely, he's holding a cup, and there are these lovers depicted on the cup. That's kind of interesting. Or chalice, page of coins. It's kind of like Gulliver and Gulliver's Travels. That's what it reminds me of. There's like little people underneath him. We've got the Six of Cups. Ooh, it's very magical. There's all sorts of things going on here. All sorts of symbolisms, which I just think is really juicy, and you get lost in these paintings, really. 10 of Cups. The Popess. I believe this is the High Priestess, but I believe the Popess is the original name for this card traditionally, so I think this is just maybe going back to the traditional style. So this is 5 of Coins. Very cute. Oh, we've got the 3 of Swords, 9 of Wands, Queen of Coins. Nice. Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, there's a lot going on in this card. Really interesting. The 7 of Swords. Oh, rainbow colored. It's like a rainbow colored, like a bottle or something. This is the Ace of Wands. Just really fun card. And then we've got the 2 of Wands. Very expressive. I mean, there's no doubt about the meaning behind that. When you look at that, it's really amazing. Death. So this is actually kind of a little, not macabre, but, you know, it's almost like dark humor. Like a parody of death, almost, which is kind of funny. It's really amusing. I like it. It's funny. It's dark, but it's funny. Like, it's light. Oh, and this is the first card that you get, I believe, in the deck, the Medieval Scapini Tarot. It's just like a introductory card. And then here we have the Pope. Pretty traditional looking. We've got the 10 of Coins. This is actually one of my favorite cards in the deck. I just love this. It's structured, and there's a castle, and it just feels so balanced, but then it's just, I don't know, just a nice, happy card. This is 3 of Wands. And then we've got 4 of Coins. This is actually really interesting. I think maybe she's holding an organ of some kind, maybe a harp. I could be wrong, but this is actually really cool. And then we've got the 5 of Cups. These cards are very expressive. 6 of Wands. Page of Wands. 2 of Cups. Very nice. And if you look in the reflection of the chalices, you can kind of see like a fawn-looking person in the one on the right, and then you see maybe like a nymph or somebody running away, or on the left, the blue one, the blue chalice. I feel like there's a lot of symbology behind these. Makes it all the more cool. 8 of Wands. Force. So yeah, this is strength, but I think Force is probably the more traditional title. Not sure, but Ace of Swords. This has a bit of a different feel from the other cards, I think, but kind of interesting. I love the wings and the feathers. It's very, very nice. We have Knight of Swords. I love the humor behind these. Oh, and the World. It's a very beautiful card. It's almost like there's a tapestry and angel wings. Very nice. And then the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. The Star. Very Aquarian. Just looking at it, just reminds me of an Aquarius. King of Cups. It really does remind me of like medieval sort of Italian looking garb. The Sun. It's interesting is that baby has abs. But I love the horse for sure. It's very expressive face for a horse. The Queen of Cups. This is very pretty, I think. You know, Aphrodite. There's the sea foam. It's very pink, very feminine. It's a feast for the eyes, this entire deck, I gotta say. It's like art, really. Well, it is art. The Moon. This one's definitely, I think, different from a lot of decks that I've seen. The Moon is more, I don't explain it. It's just, it has a different vibe for sure. I think most Moon cards I see have more like blue and more kind of like airy sort of light colors. But this is more like, this is a little darker. It's more misty, more mysterious. Very, very nice. The Emperor. I like that this Emperor is not as stern looking, you know. I feel like this deck really kind of humanizes the people. I mean, it's so expressive, but without being, but it still has a lightness to it where it's funny. This is the Ten of Wands. And the detail in these cards, it's just remarkable. The Falling Tower. Very similar to traditional tower cards, I would say, in other decks. Ten of Swords. The Magician. This is definitely a very traditional depiction of the Magician for sure. Beautiful. And I think it has some similarities to the Visconti tarot as well, or from what I've seen of it. Just little like snapshots of it from what I've seen. The Nine of Swords. The person on the left, the bottom left, is actually kind of interesting looking. I've never really seen that in a card deck, like anybody who's depicted that way, which I think is awesome. I mean, just this deck is so unique. King of Swords. Ooh, love that armor. Really cool looking. And then we've got the Four of Cups. They're filled with all sorts of things, these cups. I think she's a mermaid. It's beautiful. So creative. King of Wands. Love how distinct the kings are from one another. In their faces, their style, their personalities. You can see how different they are. So this is the Four of Wands. Ace of Coins. And if you really look inside, it has almost like a Venusian sort of Taurus, earthy vibe. Like there's fruit trees, luxury. I love it. Ace of Coins. Then we've got Judgment. I would say this takes a lot from it's pretty similar, to most Judgment cards, I would say. Kind of keeping the tradition a bit. the Chariot. This is also pretty traditional. I love how it almost looks like they're giants and they're kind of trampling over these little people. It's like a figurative, there's a figurative meaning, I'm sure, but I love the detail. Just the little details, it just really makes it so special. We have the Empress, and there's a crescent moon under her foot. I think a crescent moon represents fertility, feminine, like a feminine goddess sort of power, the harvest, I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure it means like fertility and harvest. This is the Queen of Swords. I like how she's depicted on top of this sort of podium, which is really, I know, kind of coincides with her personality, you know, traditionally. This is the Devil. I would say this isn't as intimidating as a lot of Devil cards. I like it. He has, you know, hooved feet. There's maybe like a fawn on the bottom right. Groovy. Then we have Temperance. Really cool. There's a lot of balance. I'm seeing like balance in the details. Knight of Cups. That's an interesting energy there. We've got Queen of Wands. She has a little kitty cat on her lap. Nice. Then we've got the Knight of Wands. He kind of reminds me of in 300, if you've seen 300, Xerxes, actually. Yeah, the Persian emperor. You know, there's a lot of similarity there. It's really interesting. And then we've got Justice. She kind of looks like Gigi Hadid's sister. What was her name? Okay, I really can't remember her name right now, but whatever her name is, I feel like they have a similarity to each other. It's very cool. 7 of Coins. Oh, the detail. Beautiful. Oh, I just thought of her name. Yeah, Gigi Hadid's sister, Bella Hadid. I feel like the Justice card looks almost exactly like Bella Hadid. This is the Hangman. Really interesting. I mean, usually he's hanging from a tree, but it's also really unique there. Knight of Cups. The detail in each vase. It's just stunning. And then we have the 7 of Cups. Very emotional, very expressive. So that was the review / flip through of the Medieval Scapini Tarot. Let me just show you the little white book again, and then this is the box that it comes in. This box, I have to say, is really unassuming. It's, you know, it's just very simple. You wouldn't think like, oh, this is going to be probably one of the most beautiful decks that, you know, well, at least that I've ever seen in print, personally. But it is really, really pretty. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot it. So yeah, it includes 78 cards, including the little white book. And I believe it retails around, depending on if you get it used or new, it retails around like $20 to $30. And I think that if you get it used, obviously it'll cost less. But yeah, so there you go. I hope you enjoyed this review. Like, comment, subscribe. And if there's anything you wanted to point out, you could just leave a comment in the comment box below. So I will see you later.